Welcome to another episode of Curt and Paul Discuss. I'm one of your hosts, Paul Chappell, and I am reviewing Overlord today. And I have to start by saying everybody's a newcomer in this movie, even the director, Julius Avery. But you get the feel from this movie that the director watched Saving Private Ryan a little bit too much growing up because this movie has some action-packed scenes from beginning to end. I mean, there's nothing quite so thrilling as seeing a Tommy gun mow down a bunch of Nazis. Well, if you like that kind of thing, this is the movie for you. I'll just go by ahead by saying, to give you a little bit background on these new actors in the movie. Giovanni Depo was in Fences. He played Denzel Washington's son, I believe, which is kind of weird because Denzel actually has a real son who's acting. He was in the Black Klansman with Spike Lee. Also in this movie was Wyatt Russell playing Ford. Wyatt Russell, of course, is Kurt Russell's son. I don't think he's done much before this. And of course, like with every movie I review nowadays, it seems like they have to have a couple of people from Game of Thrones. And this movie is no different. They had the guy that plays Euron Greyjoy, Danish actor Pilo Asbak, I think is the way you say his name. He's playing an evil German in this movie. And also, Jacob Anderson makes kind of more like a cameo. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, you know him as Grey Worm. I think that's his name. But I was shocked to see that he actually had I don't know whether he was faking an American accent or not. I had some kind of idea that he was British. So maybe I'm wrong about that. I have to research that. But this movie opens up on D-Day with group of paratroopers getting ready to being dropped behind enemy lines to take out a radio tower that's for some reason situated on top of a very old church. And of course the plane gets shot down and only 4 of the paratroopers make it out and get back together. And the character that Kurt Russell's son is playing, Ford, he takes command of the little squad. His name is Ford. Then you got a black paratrooper named Boyce, which is kind of strange because, of course, as you probably know, the United States Army was not integrated till way after World War II. I think it was the Korean War, actually. So that was kind of interesting. I guess they just said to hell with it. We're going to make this integrated unit because they had more than one black actor on the plane. Because I saw the trailers for the movie and it looked like it was just this one guy. But Bokeem Woodbine is playing a sergeant. So, and like I said, Jacob Anderson is also in the movie playing a paratrooper. So it's a very diverse cast. Relatively speaking, no Asians or any other racial group, Indians or Mexicans, just white and black. But like I said, this movie starts out as kind of like an episode of Band of Brothers, except Band of Brothers on a budget that's like 10 times what they had for that miniseries. Because when the plane gets shot down, it is one of the most craziest film scenes I've seen of a plane being exploded on D-Day. And I've seen many movies do this, but this particular one had bullets coming up through the floor, explosions, people falling out of the plane, the guy rolling in the air, tumbling through the air, disoriented with bullets whizzing by his head as he tries to pull his ripcord, and he falls into a lake and he almost drowns in the lake, and that's pretty much how the movie opens. It's a very great opening scene. But anyway, like I said, the unit gets together and they infiltrate into the little French town outside the church with the radio tower, with the help of a French citizen played by Matilda Oliver. She plays a character named Chloe, and she's kind of not collaborating with the Germans, but she has a thing with the German commander. He protects her family for the most part, in exchange for some sexual favors, I'll just say. But so they make plans to infiltrate the radio tower, and hijinks ensue. And of course, the movie pivots, as you've probably seen, into kind of a horror movie. I wouldn't say a zombie movie per se, although it had many zombie-like elements. It's more like the Nazis are developing a Captain America, a super soldier serum, and it doesn't quite work yet. So you got a lot of soldiers who are, or I don't know whether they're soldiers or just villagers, mostly probably villagers, but they're kind of suffering from the effects of this serum. And anyway, some hijinks ensue. There's a lot of action on top of the action you've already seen. They just stack up the action, and it never gets too ridiculous. It gets kind of well, I guess it does get kind of ridiculous, because I was going to say it gets kind of contrived, but that's the definition of ridiculousness in a movie like this, I guess. But yeah, there's some contrived things that happen. I mean, you considering the fact that they discovered that not only is this a radio tower, but this is a whole base of Germans, and there's only 4 of them. So the fact that they're able to overcome those odds, or of course, you gotta have to have some contrivances. But it was done relatively well. I can't say I was rolling my eyes, but there was some horror stuff in here. If you're squeamish about horror, seeing bodies contorted in weird angles, this is probably not the movie for you. There's some really gross out scenes, and this movie's I didn't look at the rating, but it's got to be a hard R. Some of the stuff they showed, just bodies dismembered, bodies on fire. There's a scene in the trailer where the French woman gets her hand on a flamethrower. That's a pretty cool scene, but there's a lot of cool scenes like that in the movie, and I just this stable of actors, they're pretty good actors. Like I said, I haven't seen them in much of anything. The main character, Boyce, played by Giovanni Depo, he's been in a few J.J. Abrams productions. I think he was in The Leftovers as well as some other things. I think he's in that new Tom Clancy show as well. And I think there's another alumni from the Tom Clancy Amazon show. One of my light is flickering for some reason. But like I said, it's pretty good. I would give it a 5. I would give it 5 Bruce Willis's, whatever, 5 Rocks. It's got great action. As a horror movie, I give it 5 Poltergeist, 5, what's a good horror movie? Exorcist. If you like horror films and war films, this is the movie for you. And with a lot of younger males, those two aren't mutually exclusive. They kind of go hand in hand. I mean, if you play any of the Call of Duty games, they usually have a zombie mode, right? So this is kind of in the same vein. You'll like this. So it's a recommend. Big thumbs up. Overlord. Go see it right now. And that's all I got for today. And I will see you when I see you. Thanks for watching.